Welcome to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter, and as always, it's great to have you back for another edition of this week's EQ Video Tip. Before we get started, let's jump into the goals of EQ Video Tip. What's on tap for this week? We got a great article from Annie McKee, and she's going to talk to us why being happy at work matters. And it matters so much to your success. Why is that? Well, it used to be, and there used to be a thought that people believed that you didn't have to be happy with your work in order to be successful. You didn't have to like the people you worked with. You didn't have to even share their values. But that actually has changed, and that's been considered bunk right now. In fact, happiness at work matters, and your negative emotions at work will lead you to bad performance, but on the opposite side, your positive emotions about work will lead to better performance, better productivity, and overall happiness in general, and more success. Annie has some great tips for us about how to become happier at work, as well as what it means to be that way and why you're going to be successful if you do that. Let's jump into 3 of her tips right now. Tip number 1, a meaningful vision for the future. Having a meaningful vision for the future is key to success of any organization, but it's also key to the people involved within the organization. People want to know what they're working on and where it's going and where it will lead for them in their career as well. Sadly, a lot of leaders don't give that vision. They don't tell employees, here's your growth plan, here's your trajectory, here's where you can go, this is where you can be successful. And if you're not communicating that, it tends to lead to bad employee experience. It makes them feel that the results don't matter at all. People want to know that the vision that is being created not only helps the organization, helps the customer out, but helps themselves out as well. And in doing so, that vision is so important. So as a leader, convey the vision to your people to ensure that everyone on the team buys it. Tip number 2, a sense of purpose. And Angela Duckworth might actually call this their why, so to speak. People want to know that their work matters. And not only that it matters to them, but their contributions actually help achieve something that's really important for society, for their customers, for someone else. And that doing something big will actually make a difference to other people out there. So think about the why and your why when you're trying to be happy within an organization. And if you're a leader, how that why will help out other people as well as people within your organization, and how they will view that as their why going forward. Tip number 3, and our last tip, great relationships. People we know will leave organizations because of a bad boss. They'll join organizations because they feel that the organization is great for them. But at the end of the day, a great relationship matters, whether it's with your boss, with your colleagues, with your coworkers, whoever it is. You want to make sure that relationship is strong. And that starts by building a fundamentally sound relationship from the get-go with all the people in your organization that you touch on a day-to-day basis, as well as the leaders and your coworkers that you work in the trenches with every day. So make sure that you're establishing great relationships, getting to know them, not just on a work level, but on a little bit of a personal level too. You spend anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a day with these people. It's important that you have that relationship as well. That's a wrap for this week's EQ Video Tip. Hopefully you enjoyed the tips from Annie. They're great ones. Make sure you customize them and, of course, make them yours so that you can boost your EQ every day and increase your happiness as well. Thanks again. So that concludes our EQ Video Tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.